Welcome once again to AV Racing TV. We're off to Brazil today. This is the AV F1 Championship. I'm still drinking. This is AV. I'm Gnome. We're going to Brazil. 1 second. Wow. I just get shit up on my screen. Don't die on my computer. Thank you. So, off to Brazil today. Not sure what's going to happen with the weather with that right now. Brazil can be a little bit notorious for the rain coming along. We had an interesting Brazil last season. I remember seeing Tygo pull off very big undercut. He took a 1 stop on that before putting on the wet tires. Was running real good till the end, until we had a little bit of a spin. Domestos went to pass, couldn't get past them. Reaper shot up through as well to gain a couple of places through that instant. Interesting Brazil last season. 15 drivers in there right now. 2.5 minutes left to go while we load in. Did I just see? I did. We have Chronic in a Renault today. Nice to see you back on the track there, Chronic. Remember, I think Chronic was having the best of seasons last season. I think he chose to retire at the end of that, so I think he might just be in as a reserve today, but it would be great if he was actually back full time in there. FCST right now on an absolute charge at the start of this season as well. Currently sitting 1 point behind Reaper. 5 races in to this slightly shorter season, but so far FCST the only driver to finish in the top 5 in every single one of those 5 races. That's absolutely well done to FCST on that. Although unsure how he will fare today in Brazil. I've been looking back across the stats previously, and it didn't look like he had the best of time in Brazil last season. So we shall see, but I hope he has another great race today. He's got his teammate in here today. Is Bestos here? Oh, not Bestos, not in here yet. 16 drivers in there now. As right now, Sim with 82 points in 3rd place in the Constructors, thanks to that hard work from FCST. Almost carrying that at the minute. Bestos apparently unable to attend the races here. Unfortunately, that's going to be hindering the Haas a bit, but absolutely very good from them. 30 seconds left to go right now. We have both Mercedes, we've got both AlphaTauri, both Red Bull, both Alfa Romeos, both Renaults, both racing points, both McLarens there. We're missing a Williams, we're missing a Ferrari, we're missing a Haas. 17 drivers in there right now. It says, yep, that'd be right. Ferrari, Williams, and the Haas is currently missing from the grid today. 3, 2, 1. Anyway, as we load into Brazil right now, this is the Autodrome José Carlos Passe, otherwise known as Interlagos, Sao Paulo, Brazil. 50% race for us today, which is going to be 35 laps around this track. 2.6 miles or 4.3 kilometers. If you prefer the metric, Brazil, one of the shorter tracks on the calendar here. 15 corners around here and 2 DRS zones. I like Brazil. I like Brazil a lot. It's a great couple of weeks of racing for me here. Belgium, Brazil, Canada, and China I love these tracks. Hello there in the chat, Coon. Hello, Emperor Palpatine as well. When is the time to race? The time to race is now. What days they race it is? Let me try and remember. It's the days that I drink. So Mondays and Thursdays at this time, my friend, is when we start. What is the time right now? UK time is 6 p.m. Good in. The weather's looking dry here for qualifying right now. If someone can let me know what it's going to be like for the race, that would be appreciated. It is looking overcast and very cloudy up there, though. Dry race, I have confirmation for right now. Dry race and dry quali. It may look cloudy, but it's not. Right. Need to keep an eye on quali. I need to keep an eye on Knack today in qualifying and see what he can do. The last 2 seasons, Knack has taken that pole position in qualifying in season 2 and season 3. So, see if he can continue a dominating run in qualifying. Knack, and there we go. I think he likes this track. He's already coming out. And with that super performance, I think we'll take Knack for our lovely outlap around Brazil. When we get into that, a couple of drivers, a few drivers putting on the mediums here actually. We've got Wouter, Chronic, Lang and James who are opting to get onto the medium there. We're going on the chat here. Gutted I'm missing out on my favourite track, Jack Shorting. I'm not sure what your PlayStation name is to know which driver you are, but we're sorry you're missing out on your favourite track as well, my friend. It's also one of my favourites. Knack's already up there in Sector 2. I'm going to miss him coming across the grid line if we don't stay with the Mercedes. Very classic older track here in Brazil, much tighter, lots of grass everywhere around it. Very technical Sector 2. Reserve 91. Okay, my friend, I've seen you on track. We're going to get back on board with Knack for our lap of Brazil here across the grid line. 334 meters into turn 1 and 2 here. The center S need to get a very good line through here. Knack maybe takes a bit too much curb there. Turn 3 on the exit here as well. Very important to get great lines through these. That's going to set you up for the DRS zone here for this first straight section here, heading up into turn 4. Turn 4, you want to take it through quite quick. Be careful with all that speed you've carried up, not to run wide. Turn 5, just going through it. Turn 6 and 7 up here. End of this little straight, absolutely throw it in. Here, a little lift off and a bit of a brake and power through. Make sure to find the brake point here for turn 8. Turn in nice and tight, and then careful through 9. Going back on the power on the slow corners of the track. A bit oversteer. Turn 10 here. Very similar to where you're going to come in hot. Need to brake in time and turn in tightly. Coming back down, then we have turn 11 here. Absolutely flat out. Coming along into turn 12 again. Make sure you don't miss your braking point. Get a good exit out of the exit. Sets you up through 13. 14 up here, and then 15 is bent by the grid straight. Again, a DRS zone through here as well. Use all the curving that you possibly can. Use all the track through there. Knack getting a 107.564 there. That's setting the bar style, and I think that's a pretty good bar there to begin with from Knack. First ever qualifying lap around here at Interlagos is a 107.281. Separate Hamilton in 2018. We're a few tenths still currently off that, but I should imagine as we start to see the track rubber in and get more grip towards these last end of these 18 minutes, we should see some slightly quicker times. FCST up there again with a great run, currently sitting potentially in second place right there, only 2 tenths behind Knack. Where is all this speed coming from? I am unbelievably impressed from this. Lang retiring from the session. What has happened there to the Red Bull? There's a Renault coming up on him. What? I don't know how we have a Red Bull backwards on the straight there at the end of Sector 1. That's confused me a lot, and he's got a time in from that, and I don't know. I don't know what has happened there at all. I'm kind of shocked there as well. Lang not appearing to have very good start to this season, having connection issues in Belgium previously as well. I'm currently on board with Chronic. He's on his medium tyres. I think he's just running some laps on the mediums here, trying to get a feel for the track maybe at the start here. Hasn't obviously raced with us for a little bit, getting in previous time. He's going into the pits, taking off those mediums. What else have we got down here? Kuhn's coming into the pits. These are guys who's out on track right now. We've got guys on older tyres right now. Going to be coming in, taking these off to put some fresh rubber on right now. Everyone's got a little feel for the track. David pulling over there for the Alfa Romeo of Jasper that we're sitting on board with. Get down, everyone's on it. Racing point of Grant. He's on his outlap. But that's bad days, so it doesn't matter anyway. He's about to come across for a quick lap. We'll get on board with Grant right now in the racing point in the race today, and we'll see what he can do for his first flying lap around Interlagos. Into the center S right now. Oh, nearly got a little bit of a snap of oversteer there, managed to catch it, and got a bit too much curb there on 3. The car shot across to the side. Get it under control for sector 2, sector 1 and 3, very fast through here. That's flashing up purple though for sector 1 there. And this car looks a little bit slidey. We've got another racing point. We did have the other racing point in there. Well, I might have been one racing point. Who was it? Williams, Ferrari and Haas we're missing, isn't it? Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Sector 2 here, much more technical than sectors 1 and 3. Sectors 1 and 3 only got sectors 1. Got 3 actual corners in there, and then just a straight section. Sector 3, there's 1 corner really, which is turn 12. The other turns are flat out. It's very fast in those sectors. Sector 2, much more technical, those corners, and a lot more trickier, separating the DRS zones. What time are we running on right now? This is looking pretty good time right now. It's going to be a 7 or an 8. It's an 8.9. I'm good enough there for 12th place from the racing point drive. I think that's definitely a bit more in it. It seems to be running, I don't know. It looks like this car is very low on downforce, maybe for this track. Maybe just clipping it up a little bit more might help out. We've got lollopuppa in the Ferrari right now, coming through turn 9 on sector 2. Into 10 hard, look at all those tire marks on the track there. The car's rocketing in to that entrance on turn 10, slamming on the brakes hard. I see quite a few lockups there. Briefly flashing up purple there for sector 2 on Lola, so I don't think it would be fastest, but it would be a very good time for that. And FCST just beating NAC by 1/10 of a second there. I've seen go to the top of the boards, and Lola there with a 108.0. Let's put him up into 8th place right now. X's here in the McLaren, looking very strong around here, around Brazil. Next up the top there, Domestos up the top there in 3rd currently. Domestos, there we go. So over the last 3 seasons of racing here at Brazil in AV League, there's 4 drivers still racing with us that have pretty much dominated all the standings and the finishings through that, which is NAC, Reaper, Gargamelin and Domestos. So I'm expecting to see them doing well. NAC and Domestos up there currently in top positions on the grid. This is looking strong again from X's. Taylor, it's like 5 thousandths off his previous time there for 107.830. Where is Reapers on an outlap right now? Cars very quick, almost looking a little bit unstable, clipping that exit curb there, coming out of 2, going into 3, trying to get back on the track to pull back in, looking very slidey. Mercedes absolutely firmly planted there, coming through 6 and 7, powering on into 8. Slightly wobble getting off the curbs there, and 9. And then we're just going to get back on the power fully now for 11. Big old tyre marks there. I don't know what happened to someone there going off into the grass. That's fastest there in Sector 2 for Reaper. This is quick. Like I said about the other times, they don't appear to be that quick. This one's looking quick though. Hugging that inside wall, 107.288 for Reaper. That's him provisionally on pole right now. Still 7 minutes left to go in this session right now, and we're currently 7 thousandths off the real life qualifying time. Wouter right now up into second place right now with 107.384 FCST. Down into third right now, Knack in fourth, Domestos in fifth. Great here from Wouter. I'm having a look last time at previous sets. Wouter was started in, especially people from Chronic right now as well. I'm looking at previous season 3 start grid and front row of season 3 there. Second, let's find someone who's doing a lap maybe. Where's Gargamelin? Come out of the pits, Gargamelin. I'm waiting to see what you can do, my friend. We'll get back on board with Knack right now. He's just coming through to start his hot lap. I'm looking back at the previous seasons standings right now. I'm here, Knack and Chronic lining up on the front row. Wouter and Kuhn in third and fourth. Domestos, Bestos, 5th and 6th. So see, so Reaper was down there in 13th on that one. We've got Reaper at the front as we expect. Wouter like he was previously. Knack like he was up there. Domestos as well. Kuhn currently sitting right down in 12th right now. He's only been out on the medium tyre there, though. He hasn't put on a set of softs yet. Or got a time yet down a set of softs. Knack, a little bit squirrely there, entering in to turn 10. It's flashing up purple there for Sector 2. It's disappeared again, though. I don't know if it's going to be quite the fastest in Sector 2. What we on? 1-1 as we come under the banner. It's going to be quick. 107.284. He beats Reaper by 4 thousandths of a second. 5 minutes left of qualifying. Both Mercedes right now lining up next to each other on the front row of the grid. This could be interesting. I'm still kind of waiting for the Hamilton-Rosberg moment from these two Mercedes where they take each other out. Is this the day? I don't know. We got down here James Al, good to see him racing with us again. Put in some great performances last season in season 3. A few problems I think in Belgium last week. A few drivers getting caught up with Lang's disconnection, which was unfortunate. I think that was James, and Domestos Cavaz made a good advantage from that. That's flashed up purple there for Sector 2 from James. What have we got? That 101 under the Emirates banner. A little bit off. It's going to be a high 107. 107.622. That's good enough for 6th place there from James. So, got Domestos, Reaper, Knack up there, all starting in relatively the same positions as they did last season there. Wouter as well. Here we go. There's Gargamelin right now. He's on his lap right now, coming through Sector 2 up into turn 10. We got that. David Lardell Williams very close behind him. Gargamelin isn't as fast up now. That AlphaTauri looking very punted through 11 there. Then was a little bit slow on 12. It's like a little bit wobbly on the entrance. Taking the wider line up through 13 and 14 there. It's a 109.321 there for Gargamelin. Gargamelin finishing third here in Season 1, second in Season 2. He also set the fastest lap in Season 1 around here. So, kind of maybe expecting a little bit more right now from Gargamelin around here. I think he's still pushing on for another lap. I think we're going to stay with him, but I wasn't happy with that one previously. He started to lose a bit of space there today. We don't know if David's backed off or that is Gargamelin just naturally running quicker through here. David, though, seeming to catch him here through Sector 2. I don't think maybe Gargamelin is strong there in Sector 2 as maybe the other sectors then. That is purple there in Sector 2 though for Gargamelin, and David missing out there on turn 12. He didn't get a good exit there. Otherwise he would have been running a great time, potentially chasing Gargamelin and getting a slip around here. One time, and we got 107.697 up into 7th place there for Gargamelin. We got Wouter fast up right there. Didn't manage to beat his time. Was that about 4 or 5 tenths off, I think, from what I saw flash up. A lot of cars coming back out on track right now. Lollopuppa's back out on there. There's another McLaren behind him, I think I just saw as well. Just under 2 minutes left of qualifying right now. So we'll see most of the drivers come back out. I'm sorry, maybe we're going to go down with Coon because I don't expect to see this driver down here in 13th right now. Gizmo retiring from the session. Gargamelin retiring from the session. Grant has also retired now as well. Coon, that was invalidated. He's going to carry on. This is going to be another push lap. Let's get a good lap in here from the AlphaTauri driver. Invalidates it again straight away on turn 2. Taking too much curb on the inside there. Very easily done around here, around Brazil. Unable to find his line through his first couple of corners. That's going to be unfortunate. He's timing on right now. He could make it round for another lap. It's a very short track. He's got the time there. Most drivers, if they're out right now. Be careful, some of these drivers getting quite a few laps on these tyres right now. I don't think they're going to be setting faster laps, but if they do, they're going to be starting on some very warm tyres. That's not going to be any faster there for Xz. He's pulling in to the pit right now. He's going to be on fresh tyres right now with this very last tiny bit of qualifying. Where is... Nat's going to be one of the first ones from the grid from them. We'll follow on with him right now, and then we'll switch back to the rest because Nat's coming around. FCST is about to start his lap. Reaper's about to start a new lap as well, and I think David should maybe not make it round. Is he going to make it round? We'll see. Coming to turn 4 now for Nat. Very smooth through there. Nice on 5. Using all the track through there. Super stable there up through 6 and 7. Very nicely using the curve on 8. Just nicely alongside there 9. This perfect line there through 10. Fastest again there in Sector 2. Flashing out purple there for Nat. Reaper retiring from qualifying. He's not going round for his lap. He's going to improve his time. No, he's not going to improve his time, I don't think. He is 106.985. What a lap there for Nak. That was a beautiful lap. I'm glad we could follow on with that. FCST right now in second with that 107. Anyone else still go round, or is that it? Qualifying at Interlagos is done for today. There's our 18 minutes. Coon getting up into 6th there, I see at the end. Well done there for Coon. So, race order today then. We have Nak and FCST lining up on the front row. James and Wouter on the second row. Reaper and Coon on the third row. Domesta 7th. Xz 8th. Gargamelin 9th. Gizmo 10th. Jasper 11th. Lolla 12th. Chronic 13th. Lang 14th. David 15th. Grant 16th. And Rowan in 17th. even with Lang DNFing at the very start of quality there, like after doing about one lap, he still managed to stay off the back row of the grid. Well done to him. He's on the medium tyre there as well. They get the choice anyway. There's people behind at 10, I should imagine. Once again, everyone from 10 back, I should imagine we'll see a lot of them on that medium tyre. It's a short track here around Brazil. That medium tyre will give you a much, much longer stint when the others need to pit in. Still looks overcast and cloudy. I have been assured that it's going to be dry though. So that grid lineup there, this could be a very interesting race there. Those top 7 drivers around here, like Reaper, Nack, FCSC, Domestos, Kuhn, Gargamelin. This could be a very close race, and I think the drivers are going to need to keep keeping an eye on their rough delta lap time to see what they're kind of running around here, and maybe try and make the call for the undercut with the pit stops when it comes to tyre change time. Got a warm-up lap right now, Nack leading that. What a time there, getting down into that 106s in qualifying. So there we have then all the drivers obviously in the top 10 on the softs they qualified on. Jasper's on mediums, Lolla and Chronic on hards around here. Lang's going for the set of softs, David's on mediums, Grant's on a set of softs, Rowan's on the mediums. So Lang and Grant are going to be looking to really push. They're going to need to maximise their effort from those soft tyres. So they need to get in front. Lang's got to work, get in front of Chronic, Lolla and Jasper as quick as he can to make sure he's not being held up by the guys in the corner on the slower compounds around here. What's this? Axle cam. I think I like this as much as wing cam. I can't see quite as much of the track. That's a nice view though of the infield section of Sector 2. I do enjoy that. Strategies around here on Brazil, I think it's gonna, for a lot of these top drivers, it's gonna depend on, I think these guys here, top 5, 6, 7, like I say, it's gonna depend on what sort of space they've got and where they've managed to get away from at the start. That's coming up there. It's showing a one stop on softs to hards, pitting around lap 13 to 16. GrAnTGoOd says a short track, you've got quite a long time you can take on your softs here. I think you can take them a bit further than lap 13 as well. As long as you haven't done too much on them in quali, you should be able to take them up to around 15, 16. I think you can just about one stop Brazil on softs to mediums. You need to be a little bit careful with your tyre wear though and kind of watch them. But it's certainly possible to go for the one stop around here, I think. We're looking around like up to, like I said, this is about 13, you get about 16 laps on your softs and about 20 laps on the mediums, but we'll see what happens. We're lining up 1, 2, I can hear the lights, I can't see them, 3, 4, 5, they're up, I can't see where they are though, and they're out, we are off. I think what has gone on with my timings there straight away, I don't know who's Nat's got away to a very good start right now. FCSD is still behind him. So McLaren going very wide, and I see some wings going off everywhere through turn 1 and 2 there. The leaders there pretty much still in the same places, I think. I don't know because my timings are going crazy. Reaper may have dropped down in position there to James. I need to wait for myself to level itself out. I'm trying to look at some of these guys at the back here to see if Domestos massively, I don't know if Domestos has dropped down in position there. I think he massively has. Unsure, as a Ferrari missing end plates of its wing there right now. Gizmo as well, also missing end plates on his wing. Grant as well. Not a good start for some of those drivers right now. Position change. I think the timings may have leveled themselves out. Wooslos down position. Domestos dropping down 4 positions there. Rowan gaining up 7 positions. Let's get my timing is going crazy. This is FCST leading. Who have we got coming into the pits right now? That is a McLaren. Both racing points. Racing points going to be double stacking in the pits right now. Which one is that that's getting held up in there? That's going to be Grant. They're going to be double stacked in there. That's going to slow him right down. That's unfortunate. Ooh, look at how long this is. He's waiting. Oh, painful. I feel for you, my friend. I feel for you. That is going to be a very, very long pit stop on the first lap there. Next, still leading. FCST still holding up. Charge behind, though. There's not a lot of space between these top 8 drivers here. All still near enough really trying to save each other for when that DRS gets activated. Is that now from Mayo? I see off there. Jasper has left the session. He's DNF'd out there on the exit of turn 4. Get down that racing point. Nope, his car's gone. I can't see what's going on with him. They're starting to spread out now a little bit. Mostly clean start. It looked relatively. I think there's a bit of scruffiness at the back, and don't know if someone sent an absolute rocket up the inside there of turn 1. Tried coming down a bit too quick. This could be an interesting battle up the front here between these drivers. Knack, FCST. So much speed just from FCST in his last few races. I don't know where it's come from, but I like it. James putting on the pressure. Reaper here behind as well. Wouter, we expect to see a good performance. Goon, Gargamelin, a lot of drivers here. We expect to see a good performance from Domestos right now. Needs to get past his teammate of Lang at the back. We're now also dropping down so many positions. We've got DRS is gonna be enabled right now. Top 5 have got the DRS on each other, are in space there. Kuhn trailing back by nearly 2 seconds there off of 5th place now. Gargamelin's getting help with his teammate there. Oh, he's trailing off back a little bit now as well from him. Great on board there for James, looking for position. FCST looking to get in front of Knack. Knack very much under attack from both of these drivers. They've got Reaper and Wouter right behind them. This is back here. There's Gargamelin far on behind his teammate of Kuhn. Xz, I think, dropping down a few positions there. FCST has gone in front of Knack, now leading the race, now coming into turn 6 and 7. Give me the wing cam, not the axle cam. What can I see with this, apart from a wheel? Got them top 5 still together. Wouter still hanging on there in that DRS range. Absolutely great to see from the Alfa Romeo driver. Gargamelin's made his way past Kuhn. He's now started to close in that gap on that top 5 pack. Could be interesting if Gargamelin then catches up to them as well up here. We're going to be having the DRS again right now. Knack making his way past FCST on the insides. FCST looking to switch back on the lines. Knack got it covered though there on the inside box. Second 2. Knack not letting. I think FCST must have had the inside there last time. Knack not going to let him have it. This is going to be some great race. Reaper, Wouter still behind there, waiting for their opportunity, maybe waiting for these front drivers, these front 3 here to keep battling it out, wait for them to slow down, and maybe accidents possibly happen, and then they can jump at that opportunity to take positions right now. But quite a tight track like this, you've got 3 battling very close up the front right here. You start trying to push the 4th car into that mix, and it could get a little bit dicey. What have we got? Lang Domestos catching up onto Xz right now. Gargamelin's going to be giving Kuhn, Xz, Lang Domestos all the DRS to around here as well. That's the second little pack sitting back from the top 5 here. On board with James right now, still got a DRS. Reaper and Wouter still there with us, still pulling them along too. FCST unable to make the moves there on Knack. Well, have a look at the ERS, what everyone's got there. James nearly getting the move on FCST there then. We're looking right now on ERS usage. Knack not looking too bad. FCST pushing on that ERS now. We're seeing Reaper starting to push from the back there. He's starting to catch him up a little bit after turns 1 and 2 there. Renault James also getting away with the house a little bit, slowing both of them down. Reaper starting to think about seizing that opportunity to make his way up a little bit. These drivers aren't going to be wanting to move themselves as far up as they can before they pit in, try and get some space, and if they can't, maybe they're going to think about doing some sort of undercut, maybe switching it into a two-stop race rather than a one-stop race that they might have been intending for. I don't know. They're going to have to make those decisions, not me. The view from Reaper right back now, he's got a DRS on James, ERS, everything's down. James goes to the inside to defend. Reaper's going to be pushed to the outside here. Make it up the outside. It's going to become the inside for the next bit. He just taps the back of James' wing a little bit there, but make it through relatively clean on that. James stepping back in position there. Oh, wow, VRS there. He's been pushing very hard to stay at the front here. Reaper managing it reasonably well. Knack still, this guy is an ERS master, I swear. We were looking through on season 2 and his ERS management was just great. He's got near enough double the amount of ERS there than any of the other drivers in that top pack. Some drivers at the back here, picking up penalties, Chronic, David, Lola and Rowan, all the penalties right now around Interlagos. And we're looking on there. What's happened to Gargamelin slipping down into 10th there? His wing and everything is all still attached. He was leading that little group. Kuhn, Xz-ReaperX, Domestos through, and now he's dropped all the way back down there to 10th. He was chasing down James. He's going a lot closer in the space. Kuhn now up to him to try and chase down these top 5. They're getting the DRS off each other. Kuhn's just having to push as hard as he can. He needs to hope they start interfering with each other a little bit, and then he can start to make up time that way. X's picking up a penalty. Domestos picking up a penalty there. Wang still running clean. Very easy on turns 1 and 2, as we saw Kuhn doing it in qualifying to VAR track limits there on the exit. Try to turn the car back at full lock after turning in on turn 1 to get it back around to maintain decent position on the tarmac for then turn 3, and so easy to just take too much curb. Coming through turn 9 right now. Okay, I don't know if he's not really gaining any time too much, but he's not really losing any time. He gains a bit one corner, he loses a bit another corner. Guys at the front of there, there's still a long race ahead of them, still another 28 laps to go, and they're all on a soft tyre, they're all on a soft tyre, 8 laps in right now. It's going to be feeling its wear right now. It's going to be up probably in... Looking at if we could potentially take 16 out of it, we're going to be looking somewhere in that 30, going into the 40% range of tyre wear right now, I think. So we're going to be absolutely starting to feel it a little bit on these tyres. Wanting to make it Kuhn running very wide there on turn 4, throwing it in as hard as he can. You can see he's losing pace off the front guys here right now. He's definitely made a gap between him and X's and the guys that were turning around though, so that's something for him there, I guess. Even if he hasn't managed to catch up, these top guys can be tough for him on his own. They're trying to chase these guys down whilst they're getting ERS from each other. Wouter having made his way in front of James right now. James eagerly looking for a way round here right now. Looking even on turn 12 there. That would have been dangerous to try and send a rocket up the inside then. He's going to get the DRS. He's got a little bit of DRS there to push with. I imagine Wouter's been holding on to a bit though to defend with. Wouter trying to lose the slip there, goes back to the outside, leaves the inside open. James very nearly may be able to send it up the inside there. come up here right now with this NAC and FCST battle. Okay, we know it's the same person driving this Haas right now. This is great, though. Nice to have FCST get, even if you got a second place, that'd be great. I think it's their fastest finish. Look back on season 3 there for FCST was to win in Australia, and after that, his highest finish was a 3rd place finish. He's already got a win here in season 4, and he's got plenty of 3rds. Must be nice if you've got a win, but you know, 2nd place rounds everything off like a little bit. James back in front of Wouter right now, but they're starting to slip away from these front through these Mercedes right now. Only thing they've got splitting them is this Haas. It's getting very close through the first couple of corners. Which one of these drivers is going to pull a stop fast? What sort of tactic are they going for around here? Are they going to try and one-stop at the soft to mediums? They're going to go soft to hard? Or what? But I think no matter what, they're going to all try and make these tyres last as long as possible. What was going on there? I think that Haas, the mistakes nearly came together. My camera angle changed. I can't speak. Haas and Reaper, FCST and Reaper absolutely going for it right now through sector 2. Wheel by wheel racing. I think there's a tiny little bit of contact there. Both cars are still looking okay from it though. I currently can't speak drink fast enough for all the action that's going on and how excited I am by this racing. Battling there between FCST and Reaper though all the time. While they're doing that, it's allowing NAC just to pull time away. 1.3 seconds, he's out of DRS range from those two that were following him right now. Much to his delight and much to probably FCST's disappointment that he's now got Reaper on his tail right now, going to be getting DRS from him, and FCST is going to have nothing to fend from right now. He needs a very good run here through sector 2 to put some distance between him and Reaper. Otherwise, when we come back up into the DRS zone of sector 3 there, Reaper will be all over him, looking to take that position and then chase down his teammate. Gargamelin is slowly working his way back up through the pack right now. Let's see if anyone's pitted right now. Some of the guys at the back there. James has already pitted. He was running with the front cars there. Virtual safety car. What is going on? I can't see any drivers off track right now. Unsure what has caused that virtual safety car. But anyway, while that's going on. Pardon me. James opted to pit. He's gone down to 10th right now. He's starting to lose a bit of pace off those front runners. He's come back out in front of Wouter right now though. Front runners are opting to go under the safety car there. I think they're all going to be going on to the hard side, going on at around lap 13. So Reaper hasn't chosen to, though. It's only a virtual. No one's going to bunch up, so does just keep you on the delta. It doesn't achieve too much, I don't think. Just going to that lead. If he can keep setting pace on these soft tyres and take him out like a bit longer, like we're saying, there's the possibility of that one stop on to the mediums. He's got no one around him right now, so he hasn't got to put too much pressure on these tyres. He just needs to be able to remain pace around it here. A decent relative pace. The other guys don't start catching him up, so when he does pit in and put on the mediums, he still comes back out into that group. Not behind. He doesn't want to be behind them when he comes back out the pits, because otherwise he's going to start burning too much rubber on those mediums, but he wants to come out in the middle of them, be on that softer compound and have less laps on it than what they're on the hards that they've put on. Let's have a look at the tyre strategy right now. We've gone on to Coomsdale, didn't put the hards on. Wouter, Domestos, NAC, FCT, all gone in quickly, put the hards on right there. Lang's up in 4th right now on the softs. You could also be looking at these guys up here, like I said, if they can manage them You could be looking at this. I'm unsure with Lang, I'm unsure how much Lang would have had to work those softs and how much damage he's done to them right now through that first part of the race, working his way up through the grid. If he's going to be able to maintain a sort of pace over it now. Obviously the game is saying 13 laps on the set softs and onto the hards. I say you can go 16 or so and go onto a set of mediums, but as we said, it does involve tyre management, and it involves a bit easier if you're at the front of the pack there. You're not battling too much, you can just run good pace. Lang's had to work his way up through the field there a lot. He's going in DRS range here of nearly of Gargamelin, but he has got a lapped McLaren there, which he could get DRS from, which that's going to help give him a big old tow around the track. That can definitely be used when you're coming to lapped cars, when you're trying to do a longer stint like that, 'cause you can still get DRS off them. Knack right now though, and SCST in 4th and 5th right now. Where is our gap to the leader? That's Reaper there from not pitting in. Where are we looking at him dropping down to? He's going to be looking at dropping down between SCST and James there, I think. Lang's option to come into the pit now. Obviously feels like he's losing pace. Oh, did he have a drive-through penalty there from Lang? That is unfortunate there. What a shame. He's going to have to go through the pits again soon to actually change his tyres. That's such a shame. He could have been doing well. He's doing very well there. Not too far behind Gargamelin. Adopted the same strategy. He could have been in for a great race. That drive-through would have massively hindered him though. Very interested in one of these drivers. The gap to leader right now is Reaper on this, so he's going to be looking at coming out in between this gap between FCST and James Al. Not too much on pit lane time loss in Brazil. It's a long pit lane, but that second half of the pit lane, once you come actually out of the pits, is still pretty fast. It just takes you past the center S so you can join the track cleanly again. Gargamelin's called it time now on the softs. What tyre is he going to put on from this point? He's going to go to the hards. He's going to put on the medium tyre right now. So yeah, he's going to go on 20 laps on those mediums until the end. Dropped him down into 7th. So we're going to see Reaper then come in. James slowly closing off that time. James, I think, going for a 2-stop strategy there. He's already 4 laps in for those mediums. That's going to be hard pushing them all the way to the end. So I think he's going to be coming back into the pits later again for a set of softs. But he's going to need to start really catching up to FCST and Knack if he wants to make the benefit of that 2-stop strategy. Got going on right now. Clean on a set of hards. Catching up to Wouter right now. He's in 5th place. Roughly coming up towards the halfway point of this race, and we've seen some great action around here so far. Only one virtual safety car as well, which is great. Not too bad, relatively clean going through the first corners off the grid as well. Kuhn getting the DRS on Wouter there. As we see the car shoot past Kuhn, makes it in to turns 1 and 2 fast, and he's getting pretty comfortably in front of Wouter here. Wouter trying to look to the inside there, trying to get the slip on him. He's going to get DRS. Wouter tight on the inside of Kuhn there, squeezing his way past. Little tap of the wheels between the two drivers. Reaper has pitted in then, and he's back on the medium tyre. Like I said, these drivers going for that 1 stop, I think, on that soft to medium tyre around here, and he's come back out, as he said, between FCST and Reaper, and he's on a softer compound now and ready to chase down these two at the front. Needs to make his way in front of them, put a gap between him and these guys on the hard, so they're not in DRS range, and just go a bit steady and conservatize to the end of the race, just holding them at that kind of 1.5 second kind of gap, 2 second gap so they haven't got the DRS, and they can go a bit steadier from there and make sure the tyres work their way to the end of the race. But that all depends on how much of a fight Knack and FCST put up and how much he has to work this rubber getting his way past them right now. I was hoping to see Domestos a little bit further up, as we said there, getting podiums, getting a third, getting a second place in Season 1 and a third place in Season 3. Expect to see him a little bit further up in the mix there right now. Obviously, FCST are a dark horse of this season, just putting in these absolute great runs. James obviously also back on the track now as well, also a very, very strong driver around here. And Wouter apparently, as the stats show, strong around Brazil. Never had a podium around here before though. Goon following close behind Wouter right now. It's Wouter when he already passed Rowan. He's not going to get any DRS from the back marker. Kuhn is going to get it though. He's burning that ERS. They're both pretty much empty on the ERS. Kuhn darts to the inside there. He should be able to get Wouter pretty comfortably this time. Through turns 1 and 2 there. Was that a penalty there? Wouter picking up warnings there. He seems to be running quite wide on the exit of 2. Kuhn going to protect the inside. Wouter's looking for it around the outside. As he nearly makes his way around the outside, he comes off the track there. Kuhn running all the curve he can on the inside. He's going to go neck and neck into 6 right now. Kuhn being forced wide. Wouter's got the inside there of 6. Great driving from these two back here. The front rows starting to separate themselves out a little bit now. Reaper has made his way past FCST. We must have been watching the back here with Kuhn and Wouter right now. Reaper's got to catch up to Knack right now though. 3.7 seconds. Knack on the harder compound tyre, which is going to comfortably take him to the end of the race. Reaper doesn't need to be pushing too hard on that medium tyre and burn it out too early though. He's gaining back a bit of time there. Now he's going to have clear track now that he's made his way past FCST. Kuhn and Wouter lap after lap just switching places. There is a safety car there. Where's Rowan in the wall on the main straight? It's not even at the corner, that's right in the wall after the grid line there. I can see that car. I'm not going to have a chance to bring anyone up to see it because they're all dying into the pits, but that seemed a very dodgy place to DNF to me. That seemed a pinball bounce along the straight there of a safety car, because that's where the car would have been when he DNF'd, which just, there's nothing there. I don't understand. X's got a set of intermediates on right now. Interesting. Don't think those tyres are going to work too well for you in this stage of the race, my friend. It seems pretty dry unless you know something I don't, and it's going to absolutely piss down and rain before you get to the end of this lap, and it's going to need to come down hard because the track's still bone dry right now. Interesting. The safety car coming in the end here. Knack's opted to stick a set of softs on to try and counteract against those mediums that Reaper had on, because he knows that under that full safety car, Reaper is going to catch him. He's going to be behind him for the restart, and then he'll be behind him for the restart, and he'll have much more grip being on that softer tyre. So Knack's opted to try and counter that right now. We're putting on some softs to the end of the race. FCST's done exactly the same thing. They have got all these drivers which have obviously chosen to take track position. I feel they can take their mediums and their hards till the end of the race. Kuhn and Wouter here going to come under fire very quickly from Knack on those soft tyres. What James and Reaper can do is hope Then the Alpha Tauri and Alfa Romeo hold up that Mercedes as much as they possibly can. Reaper obviously on much fresher tyres than what James is there by about 6 laps. Like I said, James will be looking, I think, at switching those tyres out before the end of the race. I'm surprised he didn't dart in. Maybe when Knack and FCST didn't put those softs on until the end of the race. Seen Reaper and FCST, or whoever it was, take about 15 laps out of them. On Reaper and Gargamelin on the opening sector at the start of the race. So Xz DNFing now. What's happened to the other McLaren? Both McLarens out of this race. I thought Xz wasn't running too badly. Interesting restart here. We got the Gargamelin messed us on fresh mediums here till the end. Okay, could make a chance there. Gargamelin's obviously towards the end of the race, so I expect FCST to make his way in front of Gargamelin there, being on those fresh soft tyres. Domestos towards the end of the race, could get a bit of advantage over Gargamelin there, being on some fresh and mediums. Might even be able to make his way then up and to attack Wouter as well and get in front of him. See how well Wouter and Kuhn are running towards the end of the race on those hard tyres. I'm going to be trying to conserve them as much as they possibly can right now, being that harder compound, offering up slightly lesser grip. Reaper though looking in great position right now though with that safety car. That's pretty good run of luck, I think. There is there needing to chase down Knack, needing to catch back up to him on medium tyre, and he's going to want that medium tyre to get to the end of the race. So best thing that could have happened to him there was that safety car come out. Knack's chosen to react to Reaper having a softer compound tyre on, which has then allowed Reaper to maintain track position. He's got a couple of laps here under the safety car, which means laps 5 and 6 here that he's putting down. No, laps 4 and 5 there that we'll be putting down on his medium tyres. He should better make a good point of conserving them over those couple of laps. And then we've only got 12 more laps to go, so not looking at actually having put down anywhere near that 20 laps or so on the mediums. It's going to be about, what's that, 18 laps till them be conserved very well, so it's kind of about, 17 or so laps on the mediums, which should be absolutely manageable when he took 15 out of a set of softs. 15 or 16 out of a set of softs. Nearly 17 laps on a set of softs, I think he took, actually. I don't know. This should be our last safety car lap though when we get out of sector 2 here. Safety car should peel away. Reaper will be setting the pace, and I expect him to take it pretty slow all the way up the hill there through 12, 13 and 14, and I don't really expect him to put his foot down until we get pretty close to that grid line. It's a long old straight section there, and you're not going to want anyone to be getting any sort of slipstream along there. As long as we keep the pace relatively reasonable and we don't do any dirty slamming of the brakes on right before the line and going again, just maintain a calm, slow, relatively stable pace, and then we can put our foot down whatever point we want. We'll wait there. Reaper goes just at the start of 15 there. We'll catch on behind him, see what's going on. Kuhn up into third right there, chasing down onto James. James maintaining that position though, just about there from Kuhn. What's going on behind there? Knack in 5th, Gargamelin there. We're just looking up on the inside of Kuhn again. These two going at it all race around here. I see Knack's wing trying to poke and get in on some of the action from Kuhn around there as well. Who was I saw spinning in the back there somewhere? I saw something bad. We're back onto Gargamelin right now, fighting very closely behind FCST and Wouter. Nak has made his way up in front of Wouter on those soft tyres. He's going to have so much more grip right now. Then the drivers behind him, Kuhn, his old teammate from AlphaTauri last season, taking the constructors together there. There's no teammates anymore. Kuhn is not going to be looking to let this driver pass. Let's wait another lap or so before we get that DRS enabled. Kuhn trying to lose the toe there a little bit. The gap open for Nak to go through on the inside there pretty comfortably, though. Maybe someone still does like their previous teammate. Nak right now on his charge right now. He needs to start closing in on James and Reaper, but at the same time these softs are going to be out their limit when they get to the end of the race. Depends, he might even close in on Reaper, he might even get in front of Reaper, and then who knows what we see in the last couple of laps when Reaper's mediums could be in a better position than Nak's softs. Gargamelin right now on the medium tyre. He's going to be looking to work his way up in front of Wouter right now. FCST on the soft there. Nak was on the soft. Nak has been able to make his way up through the pack right now. FCST is going to need to do the same. DRS will be enabled again this lap. Some late braking right there. Seriously caught up with Gargamelin and Wouter in front of him through turn 1. Absolutely rely on the grip of that fresh rubber when he put those brakes on to start slowing down. Get on the inside of Gargamelin right there through turn 4 for FCST. That's one car past Wouter now. His next challenge, Wouter and Kuhn here on the hard tyres. Again, Nak's made his way up in front of James right now. He's got 2.5 seconds between him and Reaper. He's got 10 laps left to go. Who's going to burn their tyres out quicker than the other? They're on opposite compounds again. Now the roles have been reversed from Reaper being on the mediums and mediums and chasing Nak on the hards. On board with Wouter right now. FCST chasing them down. He's made his way past Gargamelin. That, I think, was a bit of a challenge for him. Seems to be having a bit of an easier job here. Where's that crew gone on against Wouter? Soft versus hard. They did against the medium. It's just about going to make it in front of Wouter. Wouter slips back in behind, realizing he's been beaten. No point sending him up the inside there. He is on the softer compound. Kuhn is this driver's next target. He should be getting the DRS through here. Wouter as well. Kuhn left with nothing. Wouter kind of looking to take up the inside there of FCST. Wouter going to take that position back right now. FCST should have the inside there for coming up into turn 6. Hasn't. Wouter's taken back that 5th place on the hard time from FCST. That just means he's going to have to work the softs a little bit more. Again, that's not what he's going to be wanting. He's going to be wanting to get past these drivers on the hards as quick as he possibly can. Nak right now absolutely closing in on Reaper on that softer compound. Nak managing to make his way through that pack pretty quickly, probably quicker than what Reaper would have liked. Pretty much taking the car every lap on that. I think we would have liked to see his teammate getting held up a bit more there. But this is when the action could happen. The last few laps, 8 laps left of the race. And you can see these two Mercedes fighting wheel to wheel, side by side at the end of the race. This could be interesting. FCST back in front and Wouter right now, setting his sights on Kuhn once again. Doesn't make the same mistakes here on corner 4 as he did do previously. Now he's going to be running very tight behind Kuhn. Stay tight in behind on sector 2. Get that DRS at the end up the last flat out section and the pit straight, and dart in front for turns 1 and 2 and try and maintain that position. Unless the car in front's really making a mistake here through sector 2, it's very hard to find an opening and try and get yourself in front while we're 3/10 of a second behind. This is a good run, massively closing in, late braking on turn 12 there to make sure we can try and get a good run up the hill here. Let's go the DRS, Kuhn pushing on that ERS. FCST, not much ERS to push with there. Kuhn trying to make his car as big as possible there against the FCST. FCST's gonna get the DRS again here now into turn 4 though. How close are we? Still 3/10. We should just be able to make this work, can we? No, Kuhn's too far ahead. He's pushing too hard. Kuhn wants that podium position here. He's gonna make it very hard for FCST to get up past. We can see Nax close off a couple more tenths on Reaper, around 1.2, 1.3 tenths off him over the next lap. Reaper's that tough choice to make right now of continue to hold Knack out of range and risk burning out your tyres too much, or maybe let him catch you a little bit and let him burn out his tyres, overtaking you. It's a tough call right now from those two drivers at the front, because we know Knack's going to be pushing hard on those softs to catch up with Reaper. CST, I think, a little bit far back here to make anything before going into turn 1. Going diving to the inside, trying to lose the slip there. FCST just follow him behind. Wondering if these softs of FCST are starting to feel it, if he's starting to push them a little bit too much on getting past these drivers, and if they're wearing a bit, he needs to make the move now. He's on the inside of Kuhn. This is pushing Kuhn a little bit wide there. They're coming through 5 together. Kuhn's going to have the inside, going up into 6 though. FCST, he can't send up around the outside. He's trying. Kuhn was back in front before turn 8. There's a little tap on his wing to his rear there. FCST trying to run the opposite line to Kuhn now, try and get a run. Haas tapping again, desperately wanting past. We're going to get now up this straight. Knack has made his way past Reaper right now. We break that battle on the other two to jump in front of just seeing Knack getting past Reaper in the DRS zone there into turn 1 on those soft tyres. I think Reaper and Knack pulling them out grip there on that well rubbered in track right now out of turns 1 and 2. FCST now making it in front of Good. Amazing racing round here from all of the drivers. All Reaper can hope for right now is maybe Knack wearing in his tyres too much and the soft start to lose him some grip when we get into the last couple of laps. He's going to have to work those mediums there to keep back up with him. Knack wanting to close up that gap of points right now. I'm currently sitting in 4th with 50 points, and Reaper sitting also in first constructors with 81 points. Knack wanting to close up that gap in the Drivers' Championships between him and his teammate. Starting to lose Reaper a little bit. He's still getting the DRS here, but Knack locking up a little bit there on turn 1 from Reaper. Knack doing the best he possibly can to put some distance between the two. Kuhn doing the best he can to stay with FCST here, because that's giving him a good bit of DRS boost and helping him to fend off against Wouter and Gargamelin behind. We see Gargamelin there on the medium tyre. Absolutely looking at this point right now in the race to challenge Wouter. He's on the harder compound there. What's going on here? Chronic and Domestos. Domestos a lot further back here than I was expecting down here in 8th right now from the Red Bull. Back up here to Gargamelin, DNFing right there. What's happened to him? He's in the pit lane. Has he just quit the race. I think not in the points and said enough's enough. I'm not doing this anymore. Chronic now looking to get past the Red Bull of Domestos up the pit straight. I think he's just going to make it in to turn one before him. What's Gizmo doing back there? He's looking to try and make a move on Domestos. He's not going to get that job done though. He's going to have an DRS zone though to try and see if he can make that move stick. Chronic now. Big old gap between him and Lola right now. I'm going to jump back up here. Reaper still holding on to Knack there, only 6 tenths behind him, and we've got 3 laps left to go. Just look at the penalties right now. There we go, Knack with a 3-second penalty right now. Reaper not going to be too worried about having let Knack pass. 3 laps left to go now as we come to the end of lap 33. And if Knack wants this win, he's going to have to put a second lap between him and Reaper on those aging soft tyres, which I don't think is going to quite be possible. He's got not a lot of ERS left. Reaper going to put the pressure on there, wants the win on merit rather than through penalties. FCST only 3 seconds of penalties though, which is fine because Kuhn's got 3 behind him. FCST could be looking for another podium today again. Move if we finish in with that. Reaper will have a bit of a gap over FCST. FCST taking 15 points. Reaper taking 25. What do we have as a fastest lap right now? Where do I find that again? There we go. James out with the fastest lap right now, currently. Around Interlagos, I don't think that's going to be beaten right now to 108.728. Real life fastest lap being a 110.540 set by Bottas in 2018. But Knack's put a little bit of distance between him and Reaper. It's not going to be enough though. We've got 2 laps of this race left to go. Gargamelin making his way in front of Wouter. What happened there? I saw Wouter. He pulled over, tapped the back of Gargamelin, and this car flying into the wall on that. We literally only just caught that on camera. I'm not sure. I think Wouter might have been trying to lose the slip. Not realised Gargamelin going up past there and pulled back over to the side and tapped his wheel as Gargamelin was coming past. And that sent him off flying into a wall, and now he's lost all chance of points here today for the Alfa Romeo. Both Alfa Romeos out of the race right now. 6 drivers DNFing out the 17 that started. What is going on this season, guys? Why are we having so many DNFs every race? It just seems there's a lot of DNFs that go on each race. When I start looking at my stats, what do we have? Australia 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 DNS in Australia, only 3 in Austria, 6 again in Azerbaijan, 5 in Bahrain. So many DNFs because nobody knows how to drive here, says Emperor Palpatine, throwing down the day talk in the chat. That sounds like a challenge to me. There we go, and when we're looking at the DNFs there, Reaper has made his way back in front of Knack right now on the very last lap. I don't know how Knack's over back there. Did he have a bit of a spin? We didn't see that. We were discussing how much DNFs have been happening in the race. And there is Reaper on the last lap there. Right now he's back in front of his teammate. He is going to take the race on merit. There we have the Mercedes driver going to be extending his lead out. But the other drivers, Reaper coming in first, Knack is in second, FCST in third. Another podium for FCST. Well done to the Haas driver. Kuhn there in fourth, Gargamelin 5th, Domestic's coming home in 6th, Gizmo 7th, Lord 8th, Chronic 9th, Renault. The Renault James head down in 10th and Grant in 11th. Yeah, I'm not reading that out. Yeah, you can't, not just that one, the whole, like, that top 8, like, top 9 there was all good. You didn't have the best one, unfortunately. There was a few in there which I disagree with that shouldn't have been in that race, and someone died on one of the first corners, which sent everyone crazy. They have a podium there, two Mercedes on a podium and a Haas on a podium. I don't think I've ever seen a Haas on a podium next to Mercedes before ever in my life. Well done to FCST. And we'll run down that finish order again quickly right now. That's just going to help Reaper extend out his lead there. Coming in 10 more points than FCST. He's going to be about 11 points in front of FCST in the constructors right now. After the constructors, in the drivers. Right now, after this, there we go. There's our finishing from Interlagos. Reaper, NAC, and FCST was our podium finishers. Kuhn in 4th, Gargamelin 5th, Domestic 6th, TheGnomeFarmer 7th, lollopuppa 8th, Chronic 9th, James 10th, Grant 11th, Wouter 12th, Lang 13th, Xz 14th, Rowan 15th, David 16th, and Jasper 17th. Fastest lap goes to James in 10th, and I don't know who I'd give driver of the day to today, to be honest. I mean, Gargamelin's made his good way up through the pack there from starting down in 9th, going up into 5th there. That's not too bad at all. I'm not sure. You will now experience the full power. Bring it on. That is the end of AV Racing TV for today. We'll be back on Monday. I'll be back doing some commentating for someone else at the weekend, and then they'll experience my fucking dark side. Yeah, we'll see you. Goodbye for today. The end of AV Racing TV.